Pat Forde, joining us now. And Pat, the big story right now in college football, the Notre Dame situation. Give us an idea of exactly what these players are accused of doing.
Well, Mike, there's a definite sense that there was material that they turned in, either in papers or in homework, that came from another source, whether it was another student or something online or what have you. But the feeling I get from Notre Dame is that the evidence on this must be pretty strong. I mean, they are not really couching this a whole lot in terms of, that this may turn out to be nothing. They've said that the investigation is not concluded yet, and it won't be for a while, but I think that they're moving forward with the belief that this is pretty serious. Is
this internal investigation for now with no NCAA involvement yet, Pat?
Correct. From what I've been told, the NCAA is aware, the NCAA has been informed, but generally speaking in academic matters, they will let the schools handle this unless there is some, belief that the school somehow that this was, a systemic violation where there were, either athletic tutors were involved or working at the behest of coaches, or somehow there was some sort of athletic involvement in this. If it's four guys and maybe some other students who got together and said, hey, we need to get a grade in this class, what are we going to do? Then that's not really going to rise to the level of being an NCAA issue.
He's Pat Forde of Yahoo Sports. Pat, do you get the sense that non-Notre Dame fans take kind of a perverse glee in the Irish having these difficulties?
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, there is a great deal of Notre Dame envy out there, whether people would like to admit it or not. And Notre Dame makes itself a target. Notre Dame is awfully proud of itself. For the most part, I think it has a reason to be proud of itself. But some of that, some of that arrogance and some of the power that Notre Dame has, we don't have to join a conference. We've got our own network. We do things better than everyone else, I think, does tend to make other people pretty gleeful at the thought of Notre Dame taking a fall.
What's been the reaction from head coach Brian Kelly to this one?
He said he was, shocked and disappointed to hear about it. And, I do think this is something that really has been handled above his head. Notre Dame does take its academics seriously, and the administration is I think really taking the lead on this. Kelly has been opened up to some criticism, no doubt about it. And this is the second year in a row to have a major high-profile academic issue. Last year, quarterback Everett Golson didn't play because of being caught cheating on a test, sat out the whole semester, wasn't even in school, and now you could be talking about a cornerback who a lot of people think is a first-round or second-round NFL pick. You got a wide receiver who's their best deep threat, a possible starting defensive end. So it's not just something that kind of casts aspersions upon his leadership, but also it's going to hurt the product on the field for the second year in a row if these guys do not play.
Talking to Pat Forde of Yahoo Sports. Give me one game this year that you're looking forward to the most.
It's got to be the Iron Bowl. I was there last year for that just ridiculous ending, the 109-yard missed field goal return with no time on the clock to win the game, to win the SEC West, and eventually go on and play in the championship game. And that game really tends to deliver. I mean, the last 5 years in a row, the winner has played in the national title game, and it's just the depth of feeling. I mean, the pure hatred on both sides of that. It may not be healthy, but it sure is riveting.
If you had to pick one to attend, would you pick the Iron Bowl or the national title game as a fan to attend in person?
Oh, if you want to show somebody maybe who's not from America like what college football is about, I would definitely take the Iron Bowl, because then you get a feeling for a rivalry, deep-seated passions, the regionalism of the sport. The national championship game is awesome. It's great, but it's somewhat like the Super Bowl, where it's a bit of a sterile, contrived atmosphere, and it's anything but that in the state of Alabama when those two play.
What's the most underrated atmosphere at a stadium for college football?
That's a good question. I love going to games at Georgia. I think the stadium is gorgeous. It's 92,000 people. You got the hedges there, you got the Bulldog, and the fans are as into it as any other place in the SEC. Maybe doesn't have the same reputation as LSU for insanity or, the two schools in Alabama, but that's probably my favorite place to go watch games.
Talking to Pat Forde of Yahoo Sports, this is the first year of the 4-team college playoff. Give me a sneaky team out there that you think could make it to that round of 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure how sneaky it is because they're starting the season in the top 10, but I like UCLA. I think UCLA could win the Pac-12. Brett Hundley coming back at quarterback is a guy a lot of people thought might be the best quarterback in college football last year, or certainly among the top 2, and he decided to come back. I think that was big for them. Jim Mora has really kind of changed the whole demeanor of that program. They are much tougher, I think, physically. They're better on the line of scrimmage. They're got a little bit of Stanford light to them in that aspect. They're a little more versatile offensively than Stanford, but they don't mind mashing it with people anymore, which has not really been UCLA in the past. So I kind of like the Bruins as the best team possibly in a Pac-12, but maybe the best conference. It's going to be right up there, Mike, with the SEC, I think.
Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston back again this year. Give me a dark horse candidate to take that prize in 2014.
I think probably you could look at a couple of running backs there. I think Melvin Gordon from Wisconsin, he ran for 1,600 yards last year, and Wisconsin loves to run the football. He's going to get plenty of carries if he stays healthy. He's a little bit more of a fast back than Wisconsin has usually employed, but I like him a lot, and I can't wait to see the freshman, Leonard Fournette, at LSU. The problem, he may not get enough carries, but because they're going to split it with a couple other guys. But, I mean, the early returns on him are crazy. You can't find enough people to stop raving about him. The comparisons to Adrian Peterson, which I hate to even say out loud, but that's what people are throwing out there. So I'm just really curious to see him play, and he plays against Melvin Gordon the first week of the season.
Wrapping up with Pat Forde of Yahoo Sports. Okay, I give you Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota or the field for the Heisman. Who do you take?
It always seems to end up differently, but I kind of like those two right now. I think I'd take them just because, it's such a quarterback award these days. I mean, quarterbacks can run up such dominant stats. Teams are A, throwing it more, and B, if you're Mariota, you have the freedom to run the ball a great deal, although they may curtail that to a degree because he got banged up last year. But I think Mariota's fantastic. So I think I'd take those two and give you the field.
Both guys, Winston and Mariota, have suggested that maybe they'll come back for 2015. How surprised would you be if either or both don't enter the draft?
Shocked. I mean, everybody in August suggests they're going to come back. Nobody wants to come out and say, yeah, I'm thinking of leaving, because they know then that's a season-long story that they're going to get hit with after every game. And, so right now, everybody's staying until the minute they're leaving. It's like coaches who are very happy with their jobs, and meanwhile their agent's looking at 3 other places. Nobody ever says they're going until they're going.
Well, great stuff, Pat. We got to go. Great talking to you, and we'll talk to you again down the road.
All right, thanks, Mike.
All right, Pat Forde, Yahoo Sports on Notre Dame and other college football matters.